video that I had out earlier this morning and talk about some of the headlines that are out there right now, talking about this $2,400 rebate for virtually everybody, millions and millions of households and millions of individuals. What's this all about? So again, I just want to clarify everything going on right now. And again, I've been seeing a lot of questions from those of you here in the community reaching out, again, down below in the comment section. Today, over the weekend, the last week or so, we've been seeing this coming out for a while now. And again, just want to clarify all that. Just do what I can to answer your questions. Just kind of bring up to speed as far as where we're at as of right now. And then again, I also don't follow up to that video from earlier today as well. I've seen a number of interesting comments, if we can say that much, right? So anyway, all right, so let's just do a real fast recap here. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail at this point. I anticipate you've heard about this either here on this channel. I've had a few videos about it. I've had a couple of live streams talking about it. Otherwise, there's headlines. There's people talking about it everywhere. It's out there. It's not just me, okay? But anyway, this is everywhere out there. Okay, so obviously we already know this, but let me just point out some of the interesting points about this, right? So it was about, when was it? Maybe a week and 8 days ago or so, give or take a little bit. No, I apologize. It was exactly a week ago today when the official proposal was introduced. Yes, it was exactly 1 week ago today. So yes. The lawmaker, Josh Hawley, came out and introduced this, the American Worker Rebate Act of 2025. There you go. There's the name. If you want to look it up, by all means, go for it. Just simply type it into Google. Not that hard to find. You'll find it out there. It's right there for you. Again, American Worker Rebate Act of 2025. That's the name of the legislation. Now, I want to point this out again before we get any further into this. You might think, oh, man, it's for workers. I'm not a worker. I'm a Social Security beneficiary. I'm a whatever. You know, I'm retired, whatever. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Don't worry about the name. It's not about the name, okay? Just don't worry about the name at all. So many people get caught up by the name of this thing. Who cares? They could call it a spicy sausage bill act. I don't know. I'm seriously, I don't know. I don't know why I just thought of that, but that was apparently the first thing that came to mind. But anyway, they can call it whatever they want. Does not matter. All right, anyway. But you also see the headlines. And again, just like the title of this video right here, I wrote $2,400, $2,400 rebate check for millions. Okay, now here's what it comes down to. What they're discussing is $600 per individuals, and which would translate into $2,400 for a household of 4. So that's what that's all about. And again, I've seen that out there a number of times as well. But apparently this would reach a huge percentage of the population, like 80+% of the population, just like we saw from, a few years ago when they distributed the 3 stimulus checks that we got, a few years ago, $1,200, $600, and the $1,400. Okay, that's what this whole thing is. But where are we currently at with this? A lot of people are asking, like a ton of people, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of questions just in the last couple of days in the comment section. People asking, when will SSDI get it? When will SSI get it? When will seniors get it? When will fill in the blank. It doesn't matter what kind of beneficiary or what type of person it is. First off, and I'm always very clear about this, as of right now, not passed yet, okay? Very clearly, it's not passed yet. But based on some information that came out late last week, and what's been happening here recently, the likelihood of something like this is significantly higher, just like I explained in the video from this morning, which is, okay, I'm not going to explain this in great detail. You can watch the video from earlier today. I explained it in great detail there. But watch that if you want more details on this. Long story short, this past Friday, we got a really bad job report, right? Showing that the labor market, as in the job market here in this country, right, is not very good at all. The revisions were very bad for the last couple of months. May and June were revised significantly lower, more than 250,000 jobs lower than what they originally told us. The report that we got for the month of July, pretty bad. And realistically, in about, what's the date today? The 4th? Yeah, so in about a month from now, when we get the August number in early September, we could see a negative number. We could easily see a negative number for the month of July as the revisions come out. That would not be good. That's going to show a very weak labor market, okay? Now, why is this such a big deal, and why do I even talk about that when I'm suggesting these $2,400 rebate payments for millions and millions of households? Why would I even talk about the unemployment rate and what's going on with the labor market and jobs? Here's why. It's all predicated on the health of the economy, right? When the economy is not doing good, People are being laid off, jobs are being cut, positions are being eliminated. That's not good, right? And again, that's exactly what these labor reports show us every single month, is what's going on with the broad economy. It's like the 30,000-foot view on the economy. Where are we at? Not looking good, right? So like I said in that video this morning, the weaker that these numbers get, like the higher the likelihood of any type of rebate or stimulus like this, okay? So that's kind of what the interesting part about this, and that's exactly what we saw on Friday. And a lot of people getting very, very concerned about the overall trajectory of the economy right now and what's happening there, okay? So anyway, like I mentioned, to answer some of the questions, when are we going to get it? Good question. As of right now, not really sure, okay? It's not even a guaranteed thing whatsoever. It's not at all. In fact, it was proposed 1 week ago, officially. The official text legislation was introduced. Again, American Worker Rebate Act of 2025. That's it. I said the name a couple minutes ago, but there you go. There it is again. And we kind of have to see. It's kind of a wait and see thing. And I know it feels like, oh, it's forever. We've needed this for so long. You're right. But as I mentioned in the video this morning as well, it's not about us. When we come asking for anything, it's not about that. When the economy comes a knocking, that is when they approve any type of rebate or stimulus or whatever you want to call it. That is when the money starts flowing, is when the economy needs it, right? We ask all we want for years and they don't listen to anything we say. They don't listen at all, and they honestly don't really care. When I say they, I'm talking about lawmakers. But then when the economy comes a knocking, they respond very quickly, pretty much every single time they do, right? Funny how that works. So that's what that's all about, okay? Now, another thing I want to point out, another question that I've received about this so many times, which is, well, I don't file a tax return because I'm on, whatever benefit. Again, fill in the blank with whatever benefit you want. Doesn't really matter. But I don't file a tax return. Therefore, they forgot about me. I don't get this. And I like to say, not so fast. I mean, if that's what you want to believe, that's okay. I'm not here to tell people what to believe. All I'm saying is that if you don't file a tax return, what that really tells me is that your income is low enough, like that you don't need to file a tax return, which, by the way, quick disclaimer, not tax advice, not accounting advice. I am certainly not your CPA or your accountant. Talk to your own professional. But if your income is so low that you do not file a tax return, that means that you have a very low income, right? At least below the standard deduction, what it is, right? For an individual, it's below 15 grand or thereabout. And a married couple, a little below 30 grand, right? So my point behind that is your income is well within the income thresholds. Remember, income thresholds on this thing, $75,000 or less as an individual, $150,000 or less as a married couple. Is your income at $0 less than 75 grand? Yep, you're below that. So therefore, what does the text of the legislation say? Income below 75 grand would be eligible, right? So there you go. So I've seen so many people reaching out saying, oh man, I don't file a tax return. I don't get this. Again, don't get caught up by that. Who cares? If you don't file a tax return, I feel like, hey, that's possibly a win for you because we know for a fact your income is below the threshold that would be needed to actually be eligible for this. Does that make sense? Right? So I've just seen so many people getting caught up and just tripping up over this whole, oh, my income thing. Dude, your income is low enough. You're good, right? So anyway, as I've said so many times before, let's not get too carried away here. I've had a few people reach out asking, hey, should I file a tax return? And I've responded and said, don't do anything yet. Let's just wait. Let's hold tight for a minute. Let's just see what happens over the coming days, weeks, or hopefully not months. But let's just see as we continue to move forward here, what else they say about this and the actual likelihood of them doing something like this. Now, I'm going to throw another little interesting point out that I just want to bring to your attention quickly. And I mentioned this in a video the other day as well. Okay, here we are in early August 2025, right now as I host this live stream. The president was inaugurated on January 20th of this year, right? So he's been there for what? 7 months-ish? Not even, right? Not even 7 months. A little over 6 months he's been in office, right? Okay, so in that 6-month period of time, he has already endorsed 2 separate independent ideas to send us money. 2 times already in a 6-month time frame. He's already done that. Maybe he's just looking for popularity points. I don't know. I'm not going to turn this into a political video and say that it's, it's good or bad or indifferent, whatever. I'm just simply making a point. He has already endorsed 2 separate ideas that have come out this year alone. Within the 6 months that he was inaugurated, he has already endorsed 2 separate ideas to send us money. Okay, whether it actually happens or if it's just a talking point to make news, we don't know. All I'm saying is that when was the last time we heard any president talk about any type of money to us? I'll tell you when. 2021. That was the last time we heard anything about this. Last time we heard any president endorse any idea to give us any kind of money. Otherwise, what have they done for the last 4.5 years? Take. That's all they want to do. Take. That's all they want to do from us. Take everything from us, right? Well, here we've got this situation where they want to maybe give. Maybe. We'll see, right? And again, is it really something that they're going to do, or is it just a talking point to make news and to get some attention? I don't know. All I'm saying is that let's look at the facts. Facts are, well, he's endorsed 2 different ideas. Number 1 was the $5,000 Doge dividend, which if you're still wondering about that, that is not happening. I 100% guarantee it. $5,000 Doge dividend will not happen. I guarantee it. It's just not going to. I said that months and months ago. I said this is not happening. Do not count on that. Anyway, this one, if I had to choose between the 2, I would say this one has a way, way higher likelihood of happening. But here's what I would really like to see about it. And again, insert my opinion. Who cares about my opinion? Doesn't really matter. All I'm saying is that if it were up to me, I'd really like to see this changed about it. Number 1, slash the income threshold. Why is it 75 grand and 150 for a married couple? In my opinion, that's way too high. It should be brought down to maybe like 40 grand as an individual or less, probably even less than that, and probably like 75, maybe 80 as a married couple. And honestly, that still seems high to me. It should maybe be like 40 across the board, right? So anyway, that's just my opinion about that. Because here's the cool part about it. If they lowered the income threshold, the number of people being able to get this tariff-induced rebate payment of $600 would go significantly higher, because right now it's going to go to like 80 to 85% of the population, right? Not good. Well, I mean, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I don't know. I'm just simply saying, if they took the income threshold down from 75 as an individual and 150 as a married couple down to say 40 for an individual and maybe like 50 or 60 as a married couple, well, now we've dropped the people that would be eligible for it probably down significantly, like a lot. What would that number be? I'd have to dig more research, do some more research and dig up some more numbers on that and do some calculating, but it would drop the number significantly. What would that mean? We could probably easily double or possibly even triple the dollar amount to each individual. So rather than getting $600, it can maybe be $1,200 or $1,800 if they were to cut the number of eligible people to get this. Guess what it would also do? Have literally the exact same stimulative effect on the economy. Why? Well, let me open another can of worms here. Did you see my video, I don't know, 2 months ago? Maybe something like that? There's an acronym out there called MPC, Marginal Propensity to Consume, right? What does this mean? It's basically a categorization of people. Somebody with a high MPC means that they are low income. When they get money, they spend money fast and they spend all of it very, very quickly. Somebody that has a medium MPC, nah, they're not really good. They don't spend much money, and if they do, they spend about half of it. They're kind of like right down the middle, not what we're looking for. And somebody that has a low MPC is generally a high-income person. When they are given $2,000, they spend virtually none of it. They squirrel it away and pretend like they're going to save it like a bunch of nuts like a squirrel, right? No, that's not what we're looking for either. So they find with these studies, giving low-income people money, they spend all of it or a huge percentage of it very, very fast, and sometimes even more than what they were given. So that would be the definition of a high MPC person. That's exactly what they want. So if you cut the income threshold down on these rebate payments and only gave the money to the low-income people, guess what this study would tell us? The study would tell us that low-income people would take all the money and spend it like very fast. That's exactly what they want. That's the point of stimulus in the first place, is to stimulate the economy, right? So again, I could sit here for hours talking about all these different reports, all these different things that are going on, and the power behind really focusing that money on people that are lowest income. Because remember, the objective of any type of money going out from the government, which doesn't happen often, so when it does, like, celebrate, right? Be very, very grateful anytime that you get anything from them, because usually they are the ones standing there with their hand out saying, gimme, 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 right? So now it's sometimes our turn to put our hand out and say, hey, you give us, right? For once, you give us. And it doesn't happen all that often. But when they have their hands stuck out with a wad of cash on it, you want to grab that and hold it tight, because they're going to get it back from you somehow, some way, in some form. So anyway, there you go. Going off on a huge rant here, but I hope this explains it for a lot of you that are wondering where we're at with this whole thing, what's going on with it, who would be eligible, all these different details like this. It's still, I know, I'm going to say it, kind of a waiting game at this point. And I know you're probably thinking, what? Still waiting? We've been waiting for 5.5 years, or how long has it been? Yeah, something like that, 4.5 years or whatever. I agree. It's been a very long time. But the best thing that we could look for is, again, not saying we should do this or not. All I'm saying is that if we want stimulus, we should be begging. I'm going to say it. We should be begging and praying for a recession, okay? Because a recession will bring stimulus. It does every single time. In fact, I'm going to give you a little assignment. People are clicking off as fast as they can now, right? Assignment, homework, no, I'm not doing that, right? But anyway, do this. This is super interesting. Just go on Google and research this. Look at the last 3 recessions that we've had in this country. All 3 of the major recessions that we've had were all accompanied by stimulus checks. Every single one of them. 2020, 2008, 2009, 2000, 2001. Every single, those were 3 major recessions in this country. And all 3 of them, we got stimulus checks. So anyway, just want to make a quick point here. So next time around, do you think it's going to be different? No. History repeats itself time and time and time again. Same play out of the same playbook. They do the same thing because it works. It has other negative consequences, but it does work by giving money to the people. Anyway, I kind of hope this helps to understand what's going on here, and hope this explains a little bit better for you. For those of you that are reaching out, asking questions and all this, there you go. Hope this answers it for you. Let's hang tight here. I know we're all antsy. I know we all need money, financial abundance, financial assistance, whatever we need, a one-off check, whatever. Let's just hang tight on this thing. And again, remember, this is just the original proposal on this. How many times have we seen different proposals come out where they originally introduce it and then it changes in a huge way? We see that like almost every time. So even though there's a lot of people, I've seen a number of comments, by the way, where people have come out and say, oh, $600? What? That's not enough. Okay, is it better than 0? Right? I mean, take your pick. You want 0 or you want 600? All I'm saying is that it could easily change. They could easily change it. And remember this much as well. It's all based on the economy. If the economy really goes down the tubes in the next few months here, that number could be jacked up significantly. It's all about the need of the economy and how much of a dose of money the patient needs. That's an analogy I've used over the years, which is, think of the economy like a patient comes into the hospital, the doctor's office. Yo, dude, I'm sick. I need something. Doctor whips out a syringe and says, here you go. How sick are you? Let me give you a little injection, right? The more sick that patient is, the bigger the vial, right? So kind of the situation here with the economy and everything here. And I know it's kind of some weird analogies, but literally that's what it's all about. So anyway, hope this helps you. Yeah, just a lot of questions rolling in here. Hope this helps to understand what's going on here. And remember, the $2,400 would be based on a family of 4, a household of 4 as of now. That's what the headlines are all about. Okay, I've seen the headlines out there so many times saying, oh, it's going to be $2,400. It's not per person, $600 per person as of now. But let's hang tight on this and just see what happens. And it was only formally introduced a week ago. Anyway, by the way, if you're turning 65 in the next, 3-4 months or so, at all, September, October, November, if you're turning 65, make sure to utilize, again, that team of advisors. Make sure to call them. It's 100% for free. They can help you with your initial enrollment. They can also look through the 20,000 plus plans that they have at their disposal and break it all down, find you the best plan so that you're properly covered and you're not at risk or exposed to a massive unexpected medical bill because you'd be properly covered. By the way, bring your list of questions when you call them, and also bring your wish list. Tell them exactly what you want. Nobody does this. Bring your wish list. Tell them, I want to see this doctor. I want to go to this office, this clinic, this hospital system. I want to pay this much or less for my premium. I want these additional benefits. I want my copay, my premiums to be X, Y, or Z, my deductible to be X. Tell them all these things. They will find it. Also, do you want vision or hearing or dental or prescription coverages? Tell them that. They will find it for you. By the way, last side note, after you talk to them, leave a comment down below on any video. Use the word chapter. Tell me how it goes, and I'll give you a shout out and feature you in an upcoming video. All right, enjoy. I hope this helps you. Leave me your comments down below. Any questions you got, and I will feature you, a separate video. All right, hope this helps. Corey's here to help me, and enjoy.